going on, guys? It is HD2K back again with another video. Today for you, I have DLCs you really don't need. Some of these DLCs could be useful, but they don't really overcome that fat skill gap of the other DLCs. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first DLC we're going to talk about is a Rochi Maru, the legendary Sonic. His DLC is average at best. Multiple striking Shadow Snake allows you to stop healing, which is useful, but again, the Jutsu is really not that powerful and not many people use it. Wind Style, great. Wind Breach is okay. Again, it doesn't even break Water Pillar, it just knocks them out. Not very useful and it doesn't do a lot of damage. Summoning Jutsu reanimation is quite good, but it's inaccurate. The only thing meta about this DLC would probably be the Kusanagi sword. Great Wind Breach pros, it goes through anything, any surface, and it goes through Water Pillar. The cons, not that much damage. Also, it doesn't break Water Pillar or Sand Shield. Shadow Snake is the one I like the most out of the two Jutsus. It allows you to get a DOT, aka a dot over time, and it reduces the amount of health you can recover after being hit by it. But again, it doesn't have great range and the damage isn't that good. Reanimation is one of my favorite ults on this list, but it is very easy to miss with this Jutsu and it takes a little bit to get. Second DLC we're going to talk about is Ohnoki. I think Ohnoki is very useful, but there's other healing jutsus that are way more important. Super heavyweighted Boulder Jutsu has a 20-second cooldown. 20 seconds that you don't really have any jutsus to heal your team. Again, that's a long cooldown. Light and Human Boulder are also very useful, just like super heavyweighted, but the cooldown is atrocious. Now his ult, it's not really that good. It's hard to hit. Even the best healers struggle to hit it sometimes. And the rest of his stuff in that DLC really isn't that big of a deal. This jutsu is really fun and useful. It decreases movement speed, decreases ninjutsu cooldown, and it decreases substitution. But again, that 20-second cooldown is atrocious, and that area is really not that large. Super Lightened Boulder has the opposite effects of heavyweighted Boulder, but for your allies, so you can move faster, your jutsu comes back, your sub, and your special, but that 20-second cooldown still is atrocious. I have no idea what Bandai was thinking when they released this ult. It is absolutely trash. They boost the speed, but it still doesn't really make a difference. It's really hard to get people in the jutsu. These next two DLCs are the ones that I think most people have a problem with. Tobirama Senju, the only thing that I like about this is Water Dragon Jutsu. The other one's not that useful. Severing Wave is trash, but Tandem used to be OP. Now it is not after the nerf. If you use Convoy, yes, but that's a jutsu you rely on to get more damage, and there's other ult that you can use to get those kills. Water Dragon is one of the reasons why I thought about not putting Tobirama in this list, but again, it doesn't do that much damage. The range is impeccable. It also goes through walls, and it slows your movement. Severing Wave is a weird jutsu for me. Some people absolutely love it and some people absolutely hate it, and no one is in between. That jutsu for me is kind of trash. It does do what it says and the cooldown is low, but it doesn't do too much. I miss the days that Tandem used to be meta and every range used it and killed everyone. This jutsu used to be ridiculously OP, but they nerfed it to hell and it requires Convoy to kill most people. I was a huge fan of Ino Yamanaka when she first came out. Her ult was ridiculous OP and changed the meta, but after the nerf, she's kind of useless. I'm not a big fan of Mind Transfer Palm Sage Jutsu. It kind of takes the healer out of play and turns in the combat 3v4 while the healer is kind of constantly running away, trying not to get hit, and Mind Transfer Jutsu is absolutely useless. I don't know why, but I see a lot of people running with Water Pillar and Ino Palm Sage, and that literally takes you out of play and turns the combat into 3v4. And honestly, there's so many Water Pillar breakers, it leaves you wide open for a one-shot. This is my least favorite jutsu on the whole list of DLCs you don't need. Not much damage, really long cooldown for not much damage, and the range of motion is actually not that great. The only thing positive about this, it can get people out of Needle Jizo and Rock. The ult used to be ridiculously OP. Mind Transfer Clone Jutsu was crazy fun to use back when it was OP, but the nerf really messed this whole DLC up. If you're still here, you're one of the greatest Shinobi of all time. Again, this is just DLCs you don't need. Don't waste your money. I'm HD2K and I'll see you later.